Hey guys, welcome to the REVan channel. We're here at Norwalk, Ohio at the drag strip, Summit Motorsports Park, and we're talking to young 19-year-old Dell Holbrook. If that name sounds familiar, it's because he's the son of world famous Chris Holbrook, who's raced everything from pro stock to factory stock and all kinds of heads-up classes. This year, Dell is out here with this awesome S550 Mustang. It's dark green, and it's got one of the coolest Coyote motors that we've ever seen. You're one of the few guys, or the only guy, running Nitrous in the class, right?
Correct.
Most other people are running a supercharger.
Yep.
And he's running in Limited Street. The car's flying. You're doing pretty good. You've only been out a few times with it. You just graduated college. Everything is going your way. Tell us a little bit about the car and what do you love about NMRA racing?
It's a 2016 Mustang. It's Porsche Jet Metallic Green.
Oh, I love it.
And then, so we just put this Nitrous setup in it for this year.
Right.
So it's a brand new setup. We got our brand new Frankenstein billet intake, brand new Frankenstein heads on there. It's a 314 cubic inch motor.
Right.
Backed by a T4 transmission.
Okay. And Ford 9-inch in the rear?
Yep.
What's the car weigh?
Car weighs 3,100.
Right. What's the best you've run so far in the car and this weekend?
For this weekend, the best we've ran is 817 at 168.
168 miles an hour.
Yeah.
What's that feel like?
It was pretty fast, faster than I've ever experienced. Thank you. Never experienced.
So small motor, 314 cubic inches with that crazy big Frankenstein intake. And are you limited to how much nitrous you can run in the class?
Yeah, it's about, we calculate, it's about 325 shot. We have to put in 34 jets for the nitrous.
Okay, so you're limited by the jet size?
Correct.
So with the 325 shot on the Coyote motor, how much horsepower is it making?
It's probably making around 1,200.
Oh man, 1,200 horsepower. What's that like when you let go of the button?
Pretty quick, especially when the nitrous comes on.
Wow, that's too cool. So you got a 3-speed transmission in it. Yep. What's it like? Take us through the burnout, take us through a run.
So first, we roll up to the burnout box, go a little bit past the water, bring up the brake pressure, engage the line lock, let go of the brake, and then usually I bring it up to 7,500, 8 grand through the burnout.
Right.
Let it go until the tires start smoking, roll out, come to a complete stop, get this nitrous bottle, turn it on, and then I'll turn it on all the way. Click nitrous arm, purge it to around 9,500, so that's right in the middle of the green. And then we'll put in first gear, roll up to the first staging beam.
Right.
Slowly creep into the second one. Engage the trans brake, let go of the brake, let go, and then hold on. And then once you get to the end, throw the parachute, throw it in neutral, and then get on the brakes.
I gotta ask you, how high is this thing rev?
About 10 grand.
Oh man, we heard it on track during your qualifying run. The thing is screaming. This thing leaves. So what do you say we talk to your dad for a minute and the world famous Chris, and you kick some butt out there this weekend?
Thank you.
You got it. Okay, so I got my man Chris Holbrook here. He handles the engine building. I know Dell does a lot of work on the car too, but I wanted to ask you, Chris, 314 cubic inch Coyote, Dell's telling us about 1,200 horsepower. How do you make the magic?
Well, that's a secret. Well, I mean, you know, we've been messing with these Coyote engines for a long time.
Sure.
And I mean, I tell you, getting used to the nitrous, it's been a long time since I messed with nitrous.
Okay.
So switching from the supercharged stuff, you know, we've been playing with camshafts and compression, and you know, so we're still learning this combination. I mean, I feel we have a ton left.
So Chris, tons of experience with the Coyotes, especially with the factory showdown motors. Does this have a similar bottom end, similar cylinder head on it?
Well, it's similar. I mean, in this class here, you're only allowed, you know, like 315 max cubic inch.
Okay.
So, you know, we got stock stroke in this,
Right.
A little bit smaller bore. But camshafts, you know, to be honest with you, are about the same specs. We just degree them differently.
Okay. Because this thing revs obviously pretty high.
Yeah, about 10,000. You know, we want to keep moving up and see if it likes it. But like I said, we're still getting used to it.
Right. You're all about the RPM.
Oh yeah.
So in order to turn RPM, you got to have flow, and that intake manifold, Chris, looks like a piece of artwork.
Yeah, you know, we recently hooked up with Frankenstein Engine Dynamics,
Right.
and you know, they did the intake manifold, and they actually, this is the first time their cylinder heads are on the car, and
Okay.
they did a really good job. They got a nice CNC program, and so far it's working out pretty good.
So Chris, a lot of the stuff you've done with the Coyotes has been wrapped around the factory showdown cars. Bill Skillman is out there winning races. Obviously you're making big power as much as anybody in the class. But switching to the Nitrous, what are some of the challenges in terms of like the converter and even maybe the rear gearing?
Well, it's similar, but you know, like we don't know how high we can rev this with the Nitrous. You know,
Okay.
We're always we're kind of scared of nipping a plug or lifting a ringland with a Nitrous, and so far we've been pretty good. We still don't have the converter right, and I feel if we get the converter right, I mean this thing it's got potential to get in the sevens.
Right.
And you know, and so now that's what we're messing with here is we're progressing the Nitrous, and we keep moving it closer and closer to when he lets go of the trans brake button and getting it to hook up.
Yeah, you know, in watching the car and being a photographer where I'm able to stand out pretty far, you can see the car kind of like dig and then go. There's
Exactly.
an audible sound that changes in the motor compared to those supercharger cars that are just, once you go on the mat, it's
all
got
there.
everything. Yeah. This thing totally sounds different.
Yeah, so trying to get the converter right, because you're kind of leaving on engine,
Right.
and then the Nitrous is coming on, so it's hard to get that converter just right because it's such a small cubic inch engine.
Right.
You know, most Nitrous cars have a big engine, and they rely on the torque to get it moving. This one, it's different because, you know, you got just such a short stroke.
Right, and literally being the only guy in the class with the supercharger stuff, Chris has a lot of customers, you're always rotating engines, you're always learning. This is the R&D platform.
Correct. You know, we can't trial and error, you know, on, you know, other engines, you know, it just, and we're always, you know, like, between races, you know, it's like your own personal car, you got to get customer stuff done first, you know. So we put this engine together and we didn't even get to dyno it. We stuck it in the car and it came here, and so far so good.
That's awesome, man. Chris, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's always fun talking to this guy. We're going to get back to his shop. We've already been there once doing some dyno stuff. We're going to do more. Thank you so much for watching the REVan channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and absolutely leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to see, and have yourself a great day.